Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Career Happy Hour. Yes, that is music in the background. Hopefully, you can hear it as we are celebrating. Today is Cinco de Mayo. It is one of those days that I just love celebrating. The essence of it is just amazing. So, we will get started here in just a little bit. But you know the routine. When you come on in, drop in your name, where are you coming in from, and what are you sipping on for Cinco de Mayo? Hello, everyone. We are going to get started with Career Happy Hour tonight. We are so excited for everyone to be with us. Please make sure that as you come on in, that you drop in your name, where you dialing in from, tuning in from, and what are you sipping on. We are so excited about another episode of Career Happy Hour. So welcome. We are so grateful that you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us either live on the broadcast or you are catching the replay. And we want to make sure that we give lots of love to our folks that tune in on the replay, because I get it. You know, life gets in the way. You have other commitments, you have conflicts, and you may not be able to be here with us live, but we certainly appreciate that you tune in to the replay at your convenience. And then just make sure that you put in the hashtag replay so that I can see that you're tuning in, because I want to shout you out. I want to make sure that I engage with you as you drop your comments in. So really appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Let's see who we have in the house. We have Nigeria, Pensacola in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Got my margarita in hand and ready. Nigeria, stay ready. When you know anyone who stays ready, Nigeria stays ready. That's what I'm talking about. We also have Emma up in the house, that is from Columbus, Ohio, baby. I'm sipping on the H2O honey. All right. I love that because I need some H2O in my life, but I already had that earlier in the day. So now I can sip on my margarita. And we're going to make sure that we show our drinks a little bit later. So we so appreciate you guys. Welcome again to Career Happy Hour. For those who do not know, we have a lot of new folks that have joined our community. So for those that do not know, Career Happy Hour is a place for ambitious, high frequency career professionals who come together. We're here as a community to help support each other, inspire each other, motivate each other, whether it's within our 9 to 5 or in our business. Maybe we're doing a little bit of both. We're learning about things that are related to our health, our wellness, our families, our finances. All of that goes into your career and how you show up in your career. So that is what we do each week, where we come together and we're here to support each other. We're here to tell some career stories about the ups and downs and the zigs and zags of your career. And for those of you who don't know me, I am LaShan Gunnels, your six-figure career brand coach. I help you to rock your so that you can attract the opportunities that you want and you need in your life, in your career, in your business, in any aspect of your personal branding that really helps you to show up and to sell yourself. Because how many of us know how to sell everybody else and everything else but ourselves? That's what I'm here for you. I'm here to help you to rock your and to own your so you can sell yourself. So we have a few more people dropping in. Hey, sugar, make sure that you drop in your name so we can know who is tuning in. On some of our platforms, they don't tell us who you are, so you have to drop in your name. And I know it seems a little bit of redundancy, but That's okay. We're going to rock it anyway. We're going to go ahead and get started with our show for tonight. And we have such an amazing guest co host. When I tell you, I am so excited. I've been excited since the beginning because she has been there with me from the beginning of Career Happy Hour. But I was just being a bit protective on when I wanted to have her come and join as a guest co-host because she's just so amazing. She has so many different facets to who she is, and she's just such a beautiful spirit. And she is also one of my business besties. So I am going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a bio before we bring her on. Her name is LaShan Gunnels. And let me tell you a little bit about LaShan. She is a reconnection life coach that helps high achieving professionals reconnect to living their best life after they have endured a traumatic experience. Before starting Legacy of Life Coaching, LaShan worked over 20 years in the information technology field as a quality assurance engineer. However, her heart has always been set on helping people. Therefore, while she still works her 9 to 5, is a wife to her amazingly supportive hubby Glenn, is a mother to 8 wonderful children, and a grandmother to 18 of the most awesome grand princesses and princesses and princesses, along with many other hats. She continues to grow her life coaching business. Please put your virtual hands together and please welcome LaShan Gunnels. Welcome, girlfriend.
Is that the
So
virtual
excited
hand?
to have you. Uh-oh, your audio.
Is it not working?
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, is this the virtual hands?
Oh, I like that. Virtual, they do that at my son's school. They do the virtual hand, they clap like this.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I am so super excited that we have you on the show tonight, LaShan. You are so near and dear to me. You know how special you are to me. So I cannot wait to be able to unpack all of the things, the many facets of your life. But I just need to make sure that I did not misread that 18 grandkids part because I know people think that I can't read.
Right. You read that well. I have an issue with the princes and princesses as well, but
Okay,
they are
good.
that. They are my princes and princesses.
We
We
haven't
are
even started
royalty up in
drinking.
this Gunnels camp, honey. Royalty. We can't pronounce them,
That
but we're
is,
royalty.
yes.
Yes.
I will mess up a word. I will mess up a saying anytime, any day.
But
But
I
yeah,
make up words.
that was a little bit of a tongue twister.
It is, and I
So
make up words, so
yeah, me too.
we're right at home with each other then.
Right, exactly. So 18 grandkids, and you look this fabulous. Oh my goodness, might I say? You are rocking this all over this.
Well,
Look, and
50,
Nigeria saying, "Hey,
50's down the street.
LaShan."
Hey, Nigeria! 50's down the street. Nigeria knows better than anybody. She's preparing my 50th birthday trip.
Really?
Yes, she
Oh, that's
is.
awesome.
I'm excited.
Wow. And then, so how did you meet Nigeria? Please do tell the audience about this.
Through my girl Lashina recruited Lena. Not only does she recruit and help you find your own factor within your career, she is a connector. I love this girl. And I wanted to tell you, Lashina, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for connecting. I mean, we had no choice. Our names are too close. So we were going to be sisters no matter what. So that was just a thing. But thank you for being who you are. I truly, truly appreciate you. So
Oh
appreciate
my
you.
God.
And thank you for the amazing intro and for the love and support. I can always count on you. Like, I'm on a live. There's one person. And guess who's there? LaShan. I mean, I cannot thank you enough for that. So thank you.
I so appreciate you saying that because, we show up for each other, and that's what, we've been there. And because it's hard out here in these streets. Like, people, they see you online, they see you posting this, they see you doing that, and they think, oh, everything is like glorious, everything is good, you straight. And no, it is really about being able to have people who support you, and maybe it is just a like or a comment or share or just something to show some support other than just keep on scrolling, because it doesn't cost anything to just do a comment or like or share. It costs nothing but that one extra second.
And that's
But you
it.
know how much it means to us on the other end?
Exactly. It's all about just showing us your love and support because we're going to do it for you, right? So those of us who are that person that just gives of ourselves, when you find somebody else like that, you're just like, I'm never letting you go.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Mm-hmm.
found you and I'm never letting you go.
No, not at
It's
all.
home.
You're
It's
right.
home.
For our names to be this close together, it is so funny because I go to write your name
And
and
yours
I
pop up.
finish with my name. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm trying to type LaShawn's name,
Right.
not Lashina.
That's Lashina. Same here. Same here. When I was trying to tag you and post, it was coming up me. I'm like, no, I need
Mm-hmm.
Lashina.
Right. We have Von Seal in the house is watching tonight. Hey, Von Seal, so great for you to be here, to have your support. Thank you, thank you. And then Nigeria said that I love her travel agent skills. No, I love you, Nigeria. Okay, no, that's not Nigeria. They're talking about Nigeria, but we don't know who it is on
Giving
this
her
on this.
her props.
Yes, Nigeria. She will work some travel out. So please make sure that if you got some travel coming up, that you get in contact with Nigeria. She's in the group. If you need her contact information, let me know. Or you can go on some of the previous episodes, and she was one of the guest co-hosts. So really
Yeah.
appreciate you being here. Well, LaShawn, you have just had such an amazing career. I want to talk about that a little bit to kind of get to the now of it. But before we get started in unpacking some of that, happy Cinco de Mayo to you. Please do share what you're sipping sipping in your glass.
Even though my Latino brothers and sisters do not celebrate this holiday, I still love y'all. I'm going to celebrate it for the tacos, oops, and for the drink. I am drinking a sparkling margarita out of a wine glass
Mm,
because I'm not as
mm,
fancy as my sister over there with her margarita cup. I forgot to buy one.
yes, yes. You'll have to get one in your life.
I will.
But I do that all the time. I just put anything. When I was pregnant, I put water in a wine glass just because I love the experience of
Mhm.
drinking out of a
Right.
fancy glass. Now I got a lot of weird eyes, but that
Oh
was their
well, let
problem.
them think what they think. That's on them, right?
So you are in IT. You are a chick in IT.
I am.
That is like a whole thing.
It is.
How in the world did you land into this male dominated industry, and that you have just this creative side of you, which sometimes you don't really see in IT
Yeah.
folks, especially like QA.
Yeah.
So do tell us a little bit about your story as we talk about, Emma says, don't matter the glass, sip, sip. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Emma, you better say it. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. Yeah, it don't matter the glass. I just couldn't do a paper cup or
Right. Yeah.
styrofoam. I yeah. So we did the wine glass. So I just kind of want to take y'all on a little journey, if that's okay, sis. Is that okay?
Yes,
Take y'all
absolutely.
on my career journey. Well, I'm gonna go all the way back to 1997, y'all. So in 1997, I found myself as a single mother of two and pregnant with my third child. So yes, single mother of three. um, because the father of my first two children, he kind of forgot he had some kids. It happens, I guess. I mean, it's crazy to me, but it happens. Uh, and so I was on welfare. I was on the getting 292 a month with some food stamps. That's what I was living. Well, a program came into my life called Women's Employment Network, and they were their job skills program, and they help you, build your skills, kind of what you do, Lashina, but with they help you in a kind of in a more deeper, because these are women that have not had a career, right? Have not had a
Right.
professional job. So they help you with the dress, with the interviewing skills, with the mock interviews, with your resume, all that. So mind you, I'm going through this program and I'm 7.5 months pregnant. Well, as soon as I walked in, I noticed one of the case managers she would not stop looking at me. She would not. Well, finally it came to that place where you meet with your case manager. And she said to me, "How far along are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, 7.5 months, almost 8." "Well, why don't you just do this? Why don't you have the baby and then come back?" I was like, "No, because after I have the baby, I'm going to get a job." So the name of this particular journey is a journey with a tenacious woman who has
Mm.
faith. Okay. So she was just giving me all kinds of side eyes. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I was like, "That's fine. It doesn't have to make sense to you. It's my life. So it's okay." And I still blessed her. I wasn't nasty to her. Won't be nasty to people. People have their way of thinking. I've always been that way in my life. I go through the program, graduate, had my baby. So I graduated in August, had my baby in September, went to a job fair for one of the biggest companies in the Kansas City area. Went to that job fair early December or in mid November. And early December, 2 weeks later, I'm nursing my daughter and I hear a voice loud and clear, "Call DST." And I'm like, "Come on, Lord. You cannot be telling me to call this company and say what?" Cricket.
That's what you said back, right? That's what
Say that again.
that's what you said back. You responded with to say what?
I said that to guys. And say what? Crickets. I heard nothing else. Okay, I'm hearing you tell me to call them. You gonna give me some more?
Nope.
Well, tenacious comes in. So I have to be creative. I have to think outside the box. And I have to do it with dignity and without lying and all that, right? So I pick up the phone and I call HR of that company and I said, "Hi, my name is LaShan Townsend, and I may have missed a call from you guys. Not for sure if I did or not, but I may have." This is back in paper day, right? Technology wasn't
Mhm.
what it is today. So she's scrubbing through papers. I mean, you hear the papers. "What's your name?" "LaShan Townsend." Papers again, just going, "Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, LaShan, why don't you just come on in and get your drug test form? Like right now?" "Yes, right now. If you can make it right now, I'll have your drug test form ready for you to take down the street. You could get your drug test. Yeah, we want you." Okay. So my two older children were in school. My baby, I called Glenn, who is now my husband, but he was the boyfriend at the time. And I didn't know what we was going to do. That's why I was so determined to get a job and get it together and, get on our feet because I'm going to be the head of this household. Well, anywho, I go and do what I have to do. Next thing you know, I'm in the doors of that company and I started at the very bottom. I was a customer service rep, and I was a damn good customer service rep. People love to talk to me. I actually got in trouble a couple of times because you're supposed to hurry up with your calls because it's
Right.
about the number of calls you take and not the conversations you have. Well, I've always been a talker, and my personality will go through the phone, and I'll have conversations with everybody. But it did become really awesome where they actually changed their rules because of me. Like building the relationships is more important than
Yeah.
you know getting the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I won awards, got promoted in 6 months, to a quality control position. As funny as that is, then my boss, who was absolutely fantastic and amazing, she went. She was starting her family, so she went on maternity leave, and then they put me with a devil, and that's okay because you have devils everywhere, just like you have
Yes.
angels everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, this person that they put me under could not stand me, and I have no idea why. Never worked with her, never really conversed with her, never had anything to say to her or about her. So I have no idea why. We'll just keep my opinions of why to myself. I have no idea why. And we just, she wanted to bully me. And I'm like, I don't bully easy. Like, I'm really, really sweet, but I don't bully easy. But mind you, faith is in this, right? Well, God said, well, what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. She's bullying me. He's like, well, go apply for something else. It's a huge company. There's other positions out there. Oh, that's right. So I get online. It's my 10 years up. I can apply for something. And I find this technical job. It was called a client services job. A client services job at that company is very technical. You're in tables, you're in files, you're in batch jobs. It's technical. Plus, you're serving the client that you're supporting. So I have the business aspect of it and the technical aspect of it. So that was
Wow.
my first foot in tech in the technical world. I applied for that job, got that job, and there goes the what do they call it? Imposter syndrome. I'm in
Mm.
an area where these people live in when I say this number in Kansas City, this is like a 5 to 7 bedroom home, 200, $300,000 home. They're driving the Mercedes. I'm in a Toyota van. Not no, at that time it was a Chevy van. It wasn't even Toyota. I hadn't even got to Toyota yet. I'm in the hood, like a 3 bedroom, well, two, and then we made a bedroom out part of the house. um, no central air home. I'm in not the greatest, for me, I was comparing myself, right? God knows I'm
Yes.
grateful and thankful for every experience I've had, though, because I will never forget where I came from.
Yep.
But they had all this stuff, and and then they spoke so elegantly, and they had these words, and I'm like, I need a dictionary. I have no idea what they're saying. And that's just the English words that they were using. Now, let's not get into the lingo of the company and the technology,
Yep.
but they had it. So I call that part of my journey the 3 month tearful journey because
Mhm.
every single day, my boyfriend at the time, Glenn, would pick me up from work and I'm crying because I don't
Oh.
get it. I don't feel like I belong. I feel like I'm being judged. I feel like people are talking about me. I feel like people are feeling like, why did we hire her? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I had all these doubts and fears and just not feeling worthy. But then another message from God. Well, what are you going to do about it?
Mm.
What I'm going to do about
Ooh,
it?
the
You
power
do
of those words.
something. Okay, you do something about it, Lord, right? But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to use that you are strong in? Stop talking about what you don't have. What do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Well, by this time, I had built the best relationship. with the client, the one that I'm supposed to be supporting. I support them in this system, and I've built this relationship with them. And not only the client, not the few people that are on that client team, but the manager of the team.
Mm.
So I was led to step out on faith, and I called Amy and I said, Amy, I'm struggling. I really want to support you, and I don't feel like I will ever be able to do that. And she said, what do you mean? You are amazing. And I'm like, no, Amy, I'm not. Everything I give you is scripted. Like, I literally ask somebody, so tell me what to say, and I read it. I write, what they tell me, and I read it verbatim. She was like, oh my God, LaShan, why didn't you say something sooner? I said, because you're the client. I'm supposed to support you. She goes, well, what can I do to support you? I said, you could teach me the system. You could teach me what you see. You could teach me what you know. And I promise you, I will work my darnest to understand the back end if you teach me the front end. She goes, you know what? I believe that. She goes,
Wow.
and she was on the East Coast, right? She's in Boston. She goes, I get off at 5, I'll stay to 6, and we'll have working sessions every day until you get it. Favor. Well, then, okay, so I build relationships. That's what my strength is. I build relationships. So why is the guy that built the system my cube mate?
Mm.
And when I say built the
Wow.
system, I mean the technical part, right?
Yeah.
So he comes in at 7, and I said, I'm going to get there at 6:45, and I'm going to ask Rocky to help me and give me assignments so I can learn. And so I started getting to work at 6:45. He would get there at 7, and well, the night before he would give me my assignment for the night before, and at 6:45 I would start doing whatever. When he got there at 7, he would look at it, oh my gosh, you're getting it, and he would teach me something else, and then I would work on that as I'm serving the client. So that was my client services experience. But then there was a point in that where we were doing projects as well, and so they were like, LaShan, you have to be the BA, and the BA business analyst has to analyze it, write the test document, I mean the business documentation, and they have to test because we don't have a real development team. We're a client
Mm.
service team. And I was like, okay, so I did all that, but when I got to the testing, I was like, I like this part. I like to try to break stuff. I like finding issues. And so that opened up the door for my quality assurance engineer role, which I have been in for over 20 years now. And
Wow.
it's been fantastic. However, I went through some ups and downs. I with the as wonderful as that part of the story is, there was of course not so great things. You know, um, I wasn't valued. I was the lowest paid and the most used. I was like, well, I don't want to just stay in this place, so I went ahead and got as you probably can tell, I was a young mom, so I went ahead and got my bachelor's on their dime, and then I went ahead and got my master's on their dime, got my promotion to management, but before I can sneeze and get comfortable in that position, they hurried up and took it from me. So it's been one thing after another, and then I go through the loss of my child while I'm still at that particular company, and it's just I could not, and then in 2018 I was able to. We had a huge layoff, and here's God again. So you heard how I started out at that other company, right? You heard how I called the lady, whatever. Well, in 2018 we had a huge layoff, and they laid off my entire team. Mind you, they have demoted me, only not financially, but title wise. But then they wanted
Yep.
me to do all the work that they didn't laid all these people off for. What? Okay,
Yep.
whatever. So I built relationships. Y'all catching on that, right? Build relationships. one of the ladies was like, okay, well, while I'm out here looking for me, I'm looking for you. I was like, girl, no, you got to look for you. Because she was the breadwinner of her house. Her husband just had heart stuff going on. I was like, you got to take care of you. She goes, you know me, LaShawn, I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to take care of home, but I'm looking for you. So she
Mm.
did. She went out there and ended up getting 3 offers. She turned one down immediately because it's the slave driving company of our city. And so it was the job I have today at a credit union. She was like, I'm going to tell them that you would be perfect for this. So be ready to get a call from the recruiter. And I was like, okay. Well, the recruiter called me. We had a great conversation. He hooked me up with the hiring manager. We had a great conversation in that. Then the hiring manager hooked me up with his boss, the VP. Great conversation. The VP loved me so much. He started taking me on a tour. I'm like, it's been 20 some years since I've done this. Do y'all do tours before you offer the people the job? I mean, I didn't know. I was just confused.
Right.
So I'm thinking that, but I didn't say it. I was just like, he's taking me on this tour. I'm meeting associates at this company. I'm like, whoa, okay. So
Mhm.
needless to say, they offered me the job. And here's my recruiter, the HR recruiter, clicking. Can't find your application. I was like, I never applied. He was like, you did apply. I was like, no, I never applied.
Wow.
And so he was like, LaShawn, go out there and just fill out the first part of that application so I can put the
Yeah.
offer to it. You know how you guys, you know what y'all do in y'all's world, right? And so I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. So like, I
No
get
problem.
God opened the door for me to enter this beautiful, amazing company. This credit union has been such a godsend. They were very understanding about the loss that I endured in 2018 of January. They were very understanding about how I may have not so great moments. Um, but it's crazy because 2018 of September, I started that job. So I was there, 2018, 2019, still getting to know people, getting the feel of things, trying to figure out because what they hired me for is to build the quality program because this credit union does not have a quality program. So I'm trying to figure that out. And then 2020, the
Mm.
world shuts down.
Yeah.
So here comes another message from God. I went through a whole bunch of stuff when it came to how I endured the loss of my daughter. And it wasn't in the most healthiest way of ways until I opened my heart to God and I actually hired a coach myself. She's been amazing grace in my life. In 2020 of January, he's like, what you've gone through, you're going to help other women through it.
Yes.
I was like, what? Here you go talking to me again with no direction, no instruction. So what do you want me to do? Like, give it to me in the outline. Like, seriously. Crickets. Then it came to me again. Remember 2014? You're going to do it. You're going to do what I instructed you to do in 2014. He instructed me to be a life coach in 2014, and I definitely ran from it then.
Oh.
And so I was like, and you want me to, in what space? Well, he started leading me to the people that helped me figure out the space of grief and how I'm going to help women and men endure loss. There goes Legacy of Love Coaching by LaShawn.
Wow.
So that's my little, I say a tenacity journey with some faith, topped with faith. That's the
Ooh,
cherry.
I like that. Topped with faith. I love this comment from the audience. We've gotten quite a few comments from the audience that
Okay.
I put up here and there. But this one, give it to me in an outline. I love that. Isn't that how we are though? We want everything packaged so nicely with a pretty bow on it so we can just go execute. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. If it does work that way, then I don't know. There's
Just be
something missing
thankful for that piece that worked that way for you, but don't expect it all the time.
in that if that's how. And then, I know. And then we have let's see. what what my little ticker is why is it not showing? Okay, so Emma, she said top it with faith. I love that
Mhm.
comment that you made. And then we have some kudos from Vernay. It's me, Vernay. Love you, LaShan and Lashina. Thank you so
Thank you,
much. You are so
Renee. Love you back.
love you too, girl. Oh my gosh. I this oh, it's Vernay again. Okay, I was trying to make sure. I think she double. There's just so many things that you shared with us there, LaShawn. I want to make sure that the audience is really getting how you have utilized so many things and what you've talked about. So one, relationships. Absolutely, positively, if you are not nurturing and growing your relationships, you are missing out on a lot of things because we're not put on this earth to be on an island. As much as people think that they are, you are not built to be on an island. It's all about community, which is where career happy hour, it is about a community. It's about us looking out for each other. Like if you have a job that you're trying to hire for or a job you're looking for, let's like lock hands. Let's see what we can do. But the missing part with that is that I think people feel like that needs to come in this really straightforward, pretty bow to
Mhm.
say, okay, this is what I need. Now tell me what to do. And
Right.
it's like, no, it's a two-way street. You
Right.
gotta work both sides of this, boo. Like it's not just gonna come to you served on a platter.
No.
Like there's, and I'll say this, just so that it helps anyone who might be listening. When someone is trying to help you and they ask you questions,
Mhm.
you need to answer the questions in their entirety.
Yes, right?
You can't just pick and choose what you want to answer.
And I think
Like
that
you
comes
got
from people skimming and not reading because I mean, especially when they're written questions, they're not reading. I'm like, "Love, I need you to read. I really do."
I mean, reading is fundamental.
It is.
And following instructions is like a key thing
Mhm.
for even when you're interviewing for a job.
Right.
If you don't follow instructions, it can actually disqualify you because if you're not following instructions on that side, then that means that you're probably not coachable in the job. And
Exactly.
being coachable is a really important part of being successful. So,
Mhm.
relationships is big, but please make sure that those relationships are reciprocal. So, like with LaShawn and I, how many times that, you'll check on me, I'll check on you, but it's not one sided that I'm just getting from LaShawn. Oh, LaShawn, do this for me. LaShawn, get this for me. Can you do? No,
It's not like that at
it
all.
has to be a two-way street that you're serving as much as you might be getting.
Yes. Yes. You
Would you
you
agree?
you give to get. You know what I mean? Like you don't just receiving all the time. That's greedy. That's very greedy, and it does you injustice. It breaks up relationships. It messes you up. It actually will put you out there on that island by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, this relationship that you and I have built, it's just been amazing. Like right when I'm just like, here comes a text. Hey girl, just checking on you. Like seriously, I just wanted to probably close shop. Like let Legacy of Love go. Encouraging words, right? And then hey, I give you something. I mean, I love it. I love that we're able to be there for each other from a support perspective, encouragement perspective, because entrepreneurship is lonely, you know,
Yeah.
especially for those of us who come from the 9 to 5. You know, you get your little crew, you have your little crew at work, your little work crew, right? And then you go out here to entrepreneur world, you're like, where's my work
You ain't
crew?
got no. No.
Where's my peeps? I don't have nobody to go to lunch with. I don't have nobody to sit on the company chat with to talk about how
No.
frustrated I am. I don't have none
No.
of that. But we've built that, you know, with
Yeah.
the BB gang. I mean, I might as well just say put it out there,
Yes.
the BB gang. So yeah,
Yes.
I'm in awe on how God moves and works and who he uses to bring people together. And then it's up to us to continue to, like you said, nourish those relationships and
Yeah.
make sure we keep them strong if that's what you want, you know. But those
Right.
of you who are
Absolutely.
experiencing one way streak and you're not getting things out of the relationship, it's time to move on. That person's not for you.
That's a whole thing in itself for sure.
It is.
And and the other thing that I wanted to make sure that I really shout out, and then we can, start talking a little bit more on the other end, on the other side of this, is tenacity.
Hmm.
Because I hope that everyone listened to that piece of what you did when you saw that you didn't have what you needed to be confident in your job, and that was knowledge, and that was really understanding what you were really supposed to be doing or knowing, because God had already put you in this place
Right.
and you weren't quite sure what you needed to do with it,
Didn't.
but you were determined to figure it out so that you could be confident in it. And that's where you asked for help. And how humbling is that experience whenever you have to ask for help? Because people expect us to know our job, right?
Exactly.
but but there's always parts of our job, or it should be always parts of our job, that we're continuing to learn, because we're continuing to grow and things continue to change. You cannot stay stagnant in any career as much of an expert that you are supposed to be or
Right.
are. You have to continue growing, and you ask for help. And then I love that you showed up early, you asked some more questions, you were curious. It takes that curious mind, like
Mhm.
all of these things. Oh my gosh, yeah, we
Go on and
if we would
preach,
have known each
career
other,
girl.
we would have had that whole coaching session going on. I'm like, yes, LaShawn, yes,
Mhm.
that's what I'm talking about. You do
Right.
that, because that is how you continue to learn and you continue to grow, and having that humility, not feeling as if
Mhm.
it's beneath you to ask questions. And look where it has gotten you.
I
This
know.
is because you found your true love in what you do.
Mhm.
And sometimes I think that's a missing link, because people will say, well, I'm not going to do that. They want me to do that on the job. I'm not doing that. They're not paying me to do that.
Right.
You might be missing out
On
on
opportunity.
a big opportunity, not just in your career, but in what you love. Because when you love what you do, you'll do it without getting paid.
You will. You totally will. Like, I didn't think I would have that kind of love in an IT role, right? Like, who wants to talk about files and reports and code and but on the quality side, and that's the fun part about the quality side. I don't know if people really understand what a quality assurance engineer is, but what it truly is a person that gets to go out there and really try to break a system, a software system. So think about all the ways you get to be creative with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it actually taps into that for me. So because I'm not a person that's gonna sit at a desk and really let my analytical mind take over. Because I am a little analytical, but not to the extent of a programmer or a developer. So I
Yeah.
then that I would be fired because I would be like, squirrel. Okay, what's that? LaShawn, you got to finish coding. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I would not make it in that world. How they sit there for hours and really like let their brains take over and they love it. And I think that's great that they love it. But no, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And that's just so amazing. And I know, you also had a calling for your coaching and really helping people in a way that you had to go through trauma in your life. And we timed this up intentionally because of the work that you do to help parents who've lost a child.
Mhm.
And then with this weekend coming up being Mother's Day, which is, as a mother is near and dear to my heart, but then also because I've lost my mother, and it's just, being able to chime all of this up. So I really want you to share a little bit about, whatever you feel comfortable with sharing about your story, your loss, and how that's really helped to pivot you into being able to help others.
Yeah, absolutely. So January 3rd of 2018, like I just told you guys earlier, I received the worst call of my life. My daughter called me frantic. She was living in Dallas, Texas, and she called me, "Ma, she she's dead. He killed her." And I'm like, "What? Who?" "My sister." And she couldn't get her words together, which is very understandable. And I'm like, Your sister is my daughter. What are we saying right now?" So immediately the first stage of grief just hit me like a ton of bricks. Shock was there, disbelief was there. I screamed it out of disbelief. I cried uncontrollably out of disbelief and shock. So, needless to say, we had to go through some things regarding my daughter being killed in Dallas, Texas. Had to get her body back here to Kansas City, Missouri. So that was a trial and a tribulation within itself. It was so, I mean, I was getting calls like this, you guys. I was getting calls from the morgue stating, um, if you don't normally in 3 days, if they don't claim the body, we just do away with it. What? And then I was getting calls stating, well, her husband is such and such. I'm like, she's not married. She has no. They were like, "Are you serious? She's married. We thought she was married because Texas has common law." It's like, no, she's not married. They didn't live together. And I'm lying. I don't care. You're not going to just like wait on this guy who has helped my child no longer be here on this earth with me to give you directions. I'm giving you directions. So, Mama Bear came in, right? Came in like a roaring lion, like I'm a bear and a lion all at once, right? So, needless to say, we did get her here. Went through the services and you name it, and I just was not handling things well, and I didn't handle things well emotionally at all. I was very unhealthy in my emotions and how I was handling things. I tried to kill myself with food. I even told God that, you know what? I can't handle this pain. I'm done. You can't seem to take it from me, God. So I'll just continue to eat up all these snacks that I have hoarded in this bedroom and these sugary drinks and diabetes, or something will take me out because I can't handle the pain. So food was my drug of choice to numb all that pain, and of course that didn't work. But when I said those words to God, it's amazing how He works. I promise y'all, within 10 minutes, a woman who I hardly talked to called me to say, "Hey, I want you to join this program with me, and it's to get your health back." I looked up and I was like, "You got jokes. Like, seriously, Lord?" So that was actually the beginning of my journey to understand the 7 stages of grief, to understand the emotions tied to those 7 stages of grief, to understand how food and diet and movement is really crucial in handling your grief. And as I had told you guys before, those who were here earlier, that led me to starting my business, Legacy of Love Coaching by LaShan, where I help high achieving professionals, because at that time I was a high achieving professional, grow through their grief and step into their happiness with passion and on purpose, because we can be happy. You don't have, I'm not saying every waking moment is I have my moments, right? But I know how to handle the emotion that is hitting me. I know how to handle it, and I'm able to go ahead and finish the rest of my day or end my night with that smile, with that gratitude, with that thankfulness, with that grateful heart. So, Legacy of Love Coaching by LaShawn is definitely the way that I get to connect with my angel baby. She, my baby Patrice, loved, and she did not um, love money in a way of where it was evil. I know there's, we love the Lord and His Word, but she did. She loved making money. She loved working hard. And when I say she loved money, she loved it in that aspect. So I thought that was pretty interesting how God would bring that to my spirit to start a business where it's about her. It's because of her that this business is alive today, has been birthed. And it businesses make money, right? So that's my story, that's my journey, and that's how my business got established.
Oh my gosh, that is just such a heartwarming story in so many ways. I mean, it's painful to hear, of any loss like that, that's that traumatic,
Yeah.
but no less, when it's a child,
Mhm.
it's just heart wrenching to think about and to go through, but to see that you've come on the other side of that and that you're helping others who've gone through similar traumatic experiences, it's just a blessing, really, because I know with things that I've gone through, I'll just say, from a physical perspective,
Mhm.
when someone can empathize with you because they know how it feels and they know because they've gone through it, it just puts another level of, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm still sane.
Yes.
Because you do feel like you're crazy sometimes, and
You feel
just
like you're the
anything that
only
you're
one.
going through.
Yeah, you feel like you're the
Right,
only
you're
one.
the only
It's
one.
just like, no one understands this, because I
Right.
mean, like, my condolences. I meant to say that to you about your mom. My condolences to you about your mom, and I knew of her passing, but I lost my mom as well, like 23 years ago, and I thought that was hard. But then, not that I needed the comparison, but it is what it is. Got to put more on you than you can handle, right? And but losing a child, I can't even put that into words, what that pain
Mm-mm.
felt like. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought I was never going to get over the loss of my mom. But, and not that I got over it, because you never get over grief. You kind of,
No.
it's with you for the rest of your life. But I thought I was going to be like always sad and always hurt and depressed. But I really, and that, another thing about that is I didn't even grieve my mom. I was pregnant with my daughter when my youngest child, when my mom passed. And I didn't grieve her until I lost my daughter 27 years later.
Mm. See, grief is funny that way.
It is. It
Yep.
is. So I even learned a little bit about that aspect of it, on how
Mm-hmm.
not to stuff your emotions, how not to,
Mm-hmm.
let your emotion, because they'll come out some way, some kind of
Oh
way,
yeah.
you know. So I was like, okay, this is all making sense. And so now all this stuff that's happened in my life, all this loss that I'm living with, I have this is gonna sound crazy, but this is the happiest I've been in my whole life. You
Oh.
know what I mean? I know it sounds super duper, like, crazy. I can't really, I mean, I can explain it because I've gone through the process, right? But we don't, that would be
Yeah.
another whole hour. But, but I just, it's just, I say that out loud so people can understand, you don't have to stay stuck.
Yeah.
You don't have to let depression take over. You
Right.
don't have to stay isolated. There
Yeah.
is a way out. There is happiness at the end of that road. If you need help with that, there's people out there that can help you. I am one of them, but there are people out there that can help you. So
Yes.
that's
Yes. 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 And you have a special free giveaway for our career happy hour community.
yeah.
So please do tell, what is it that you are gifting away to that special commenter?
Oh Lord. I was gonna say, I thought I was about to make a whole like candle fall over. I thought we was
Oh,
about to have
please
a
don't do
fire,
that.
right?
Please don't do that.
So, with me being a reconnection life coach, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also an author. Whoop, whoop. So that was part of my healing journey to help with the emotional healing, to understand things. So I am going to give away my bundle, um, my book this way, Living with Loss and Mother's Love. Thank you, Lashina. You know I'm having issues with this camera. And then my journal, daily living planner and journal. The book is my story and me and Patrice's story, as well as ways to endure the 7 stages of grief. And then the journal, of course, it has affirmations in it. It has a little gratitude journal within it. It has a place where you can put your week schedule in it. And then, of course, lots of paper because I'm a write. I love to write and just, jot stuff down everywhere. So I actually have one place now instead of a whole bunch of stickies.
Awesome, awesome. So, how about if we have the hashtag that we have people drop in the hashtag if you want to qualify to win the free giveaway? What about hashtag Mother's Day? How does that sound?
I
Or
love it.
okay, so drop in hashtag Mother's Day for
Mhm.
anyone who would like to qualify to win LaShawn's giveaway. We are so super excited about you being here.
Oh,
You've
thank
just been able to, share just so much about your career story. That's what I call it, your career story, because
you.
we
Yeah,
all have a story. Like
absolutely.
there's so much behind what has gotten us to the place that we're at in this moment in time. But
Mhm.
what is even more crazy to think about is that this moment in time is preparing us for that next level, that next stage, that next journey. So when we think about all the things that we're going through, and we can have a whole nother hour show about that.
Girl, tell me about it.
But all of it is preparing us for what is to happen next, for when that voice comes next.
Right.
And we've got to make sure that we're really we're living in that present moment, because
Mhm.
it's getting us ready for that future moment.
Yes, I
And
love that.
all the lines of hashtags.
You're gonna have to write that down. We're living in that present moment because it's getting us ready for that future. Is that what you just said? What you
I
said, girl? I'm gonna take some notes.
did. Okay, good. You're a mess.
Right? I love little cliches and quotes like that because that just it sticks with you,
I
right?
do too. I do too. I love quotes. I do. You could take quotes to me all the time. So we have all of these hashtags for Mother's Day. Girl, you have some lots of interest here. So we'll have to make sure that we grab all the names, and then we'll do a raffle so that you can announce it. That would be super amazing. And please let us know, how can we get in contact with you, because our hour is about up. So how can people contact you, other than I have it on the scroll below? So make sure that you can see it there. But how would you
Mhm.
like people to get in contact with you?
So if you want to just have a free 45-minute conversation with me over the phone, it's very, very relaxed. I let you kind of lead the conversation. Actually, it's truly a free 45-minute session. They call it discovery thing, but it's actually a session. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But anyway, you can go to my website that Lashina has up here, www.legacyoflovecoaching.com. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, it's at the at symbol LaShan Gunnels, just how it's spelled here all together. My business page, same thing. On Facebook, my business page on Facebook is LaShan Gunnels, at LaShan Gunnels. And then my YouTube, I don't even know. So I'll have to let Lashina because I don't know.
But it's all on your page. So it's all, just go to legacyoflovecoaching.com.
Yeah, everything's there. You're right.
She has all of her social media right there. So just click away. So your one-stop shop.
Yeah, so that's true.
Go there.
Just go there, right there where she had up on the screen. Perfect. Thank you, girl. Because I'm like, I don't know. YouTube irritates me. Like, I think it's my business name. I don't even know how I did it.
LaShan, thank you, my love, so much for being here tonight and being so transparent and talking about your story. We are so forever grateful. I'm so forever grateful for you being in my life and one of my besties in my business bestie.
Oh, can I add one more thing since it's
Yes,
new?
yes.
Anchor.fm/LaShan Gunnels. Y'all support my podcast, please.
Oh Lord. Okay, that's a long thing. Is that on your website too? Because
well, it's just, the podcast. Like, if you, it's a whole link. So yeah, you can go there. So go to my thing and support the podcast.
Okay, so make sure that you go in and drop that in the comment section so we all have it. And then once I'm on the podcast, I'll let you guys know where to come, that I'll be there too.
That's right. That's right. We're going to do another thing like this. Except mine's is going to be recorded. We're not going to be live, but still, you guys get to see Lashina and I together again.
Yes. All right, we got some support podcast. Emma subscribed. Okay, we working it. You working it, girlfriend. Y'all. Thank you so much. I will definitely check in with you later. I am so super excited for everyone that has joined us for another episode of Career Happy Hour. I am immensely grateful for you. Hopefully you feel as if you've been poured into, because that is our goal here at Career Happy Hour. We want to make sure that we have a place, a community for ambitious, high-frequency career professionals and entrepreneurs to come together, learn about business, learn about life, career, finances, health, everything that you need to be successful in life. I am Lashina Recruitalina, your six-figure career brand coach. I am absolutely obsessed with your success. So please make sure that if you know of anyone that is in need of getting unstuck in their job search, please make sure that they reach out to me on www.IamReadyRecruitalina.com so that I can help them get unstuck from their job search or anything related to their career and their personal brand. Thank you again for spending this time with us. Remember, if you're on the replay, put in the comments #replay, and we will see you next week, same time, same day.